Hi there, my name is Christian Eschbach, and welcome to Trippin In Toronto. If you're one of my regular viewers, you know I was recently in Toronto to go see Helloween. Happened to see Hammerfall, who was opening for him at the same time. Already covered the concert, had a great time. Not going to get into that here because I don't need to. If you want to know about that, go watch my review for the Helloween concert in Toronto. Bitchin', man, bitchin'. Okay, alright, moving on. So, this was my trip to Toronto. This was some of the other stuff I did while I was in Toronto. I'm going to share with you. These were some of the highlights. And as the name indicates, some of the highlights involve substances that are legally purchased here in Canada in stores that are properly licensed. Let's get into this. So the first thing to start with here is the bed and breakfast that we or the Airbnb, that we stayed at. Loved it. It was a cute little 2-bedroom upper apartment in the Woodbine area. We weren't in Toronto proper. We were in the Woodbine area. Really nice area. Really hilly. I love this tap, man. Look at that little water spigot. It kind of makes it look like an old pump. I thought it was cute. I had to film it. I don't really film the bedroom that Tracy and I stayed in. I just walked past it. This is the room that Sean stayed in. He went with us up there. And we let him have the nice big room with the big window that all the sunlight came into first thing in the morning. And we opted to take the room that didn't have that issue. I thought it would be nice for him. This is the backyard area of all the different houses and whatnot. You can see these houses have postage stamp properties. They are absolutely tiny, so what they make of them is pretty decent. Didn't get a chance to go explore that ravine area that goes down. There's
Yeah, we got a bunch of cool little Windsor shops and
Pot
stuff like that.
Palace.
I'm actually surprised you
This
guys don't
was
have
one of
more
the
shops.
cannabis shops I checked out. Tried not to get the guy on film. Did not comfortably with that. That was on my way to this cemetery. This cemetery here where I am filming a coyote. This is the first time I've ever seen a coyote live in person in my life. And it is in the St. John's Norway Cemetery
If
in
you're friendly, I'll pet
Toronto.
that for you.
I was going into this cemetery to go find my family plot, or my mom's family's plot.
Oh,
That was
coyotes are not like
complicated and it
wolves.
was a failed mission. But
They're
I
more
got to
meek and
see a
timid.
coyote. How many times in your life do
Just
you
the
get to
idea
see a
that there's a
true blue
coyote in the
wild
cemetery right now of
coyote?
all
I
days.
wanted to pet the coyote, and if the coyote had let me, I stupidly would have pet the coyote. If you are children watching this, children, do not
There's
try
some
to
good
pet the
video of it. Not
coyote.
great, but good.
Ooh, man, do not try to pet the coyote. Now, I didn't get to mention this when I was talking about Pot Palace. I will
Just stay
bring
still,
this up
puppy. I
again
just want
when
to
I
video you.
talk about another cannabis shop that I went into. I have certain
want to video
methodologies I
you.
use to rate
Hello.
and judge these cannabis shops. Now, the reason I filmed Pot Palace briefly is they allowed me, the owner was there. Toronto subway system sucks. It absolutely sucks. This was me on the subway system. Day 1 is on the left, day 2 is on the right. That was after I had visited a shop that is going to come up here. This is downtown in the core of Toronto. You see the big Toronto sign. This is very famous. You see it in a lot of shots when it comes to showing Toronto. That's Town Hall in the background. The Town Hall in the background, which I'm going to give you a better shot of momentarily. There you go. So that there, City Hall. I called it Town Hall, sorry. City Hall there. That was in one of the Resident Evil movies. I want to say Resident Evil 2, I believe it was. I'm not 100% sure. But this whole area is really famous. Basically, is a really good fill-in a lot of times for New York. I always refer to Toronto as New York of Canada. I've never been up on this upper section before, so I was taking a walk around in the upper section with the camera just to show it off so you can get a good, nice, rounded view of it. Trying not to film people directly, trying not to film specific people, trying to give people, their peace and their privacy while still, showing some stuff off. You'll notice that the sign says skates. That's because you can rent skates there in winter to go ice skating there. That's right. That is an ice skating rink in the winter. It's really cool. I've never gotten a chance to do it. I've seen it. It's beautiful. Now, downtown Toronto, I'm going to go back to the cannabis shops. Really interesting. Going from Windsor to Toronto, you would think there would be a lot more cannabis shops in Toronto. No, no, there is not. I was amazed by how few cannabis shops there were in comparison to Windsor. Because in Windsor, it feels like it's every 2, maybe 3 blocks tops, you're going to hit a cannabis shop. When you're in Toronto, I mean, I had to go 4 or 5 blocks to find a cannabis shop. That was that was a little disconcerting, man. A little disconcerting. Got there the first day, pulled out the Google, bring it up in Google Maps, look for the closest one. That's when I found Pot Palace. Went there, did my little test, asked the gentleman, went, okay, this is what I need, this is what I need. I avoid this, I avoid this, I like this, I like that. I'm not a fine connoisseur, but I'm enough of a connoisseur to tell someone what the hell I want. But I let them give to me what they suggest based on what I'm looking for. You know, usually I'll say I'm looking for a sativa. Absolutely cannot be part of the Kush family. Kush tends to be a little more indica, anyways. But sometimes you get those hybrids and whatnot. I can't have Kush. Kush and me don't get along. I get allergic reactions. But so I tell them that, but you know, I want some sativa, I want something with a nice flavor, you know, blah 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 blah. When I'm traveling, I tend to do vape pens more than anything, but I will pick up and sample at least some pre rolls just to check it out, see what they're offering, see what the service is like, what they got. And Pop Palace is cool, man. So if you're down in the Woodbine area, anywhere near St. John's Norway Cemetery, check out Pot Palace. Now this is the Eaton Center. I'd never been in the Eaton Center before. My first time in the Eaton Center, we stopped at 2 places. This bag here is from Tokyo Smoke, and this bag here is from a chocolate place, Lederach Swiss chocolate. I know I pronounced that wrong. We just were cutting through the Eaton Center, picked up a couple things on our way to downtown. This is Union Station, the main train station in downtown Toronto. That's the CN Tower. You got to have video footage of those. What's funny is when I was a kid, you could use the CN Tower as a landmark to kind of figure out where you were going downtown Toronto. You can't do that anymore. This is black ice cream. That's Tracy and I eating black ice cream. Sorry, Tracy. Not the greatest photo of either of us. Uh, that black ice cream is awesome. It's coconut infused with charcoal. I go in there, I go, I want black ice cream. I want it black, so black it's blacker than my soul black. Girl starts laughing. I'm serious. I want black ice cream. Now this is the leather shop. Every time you see where I've got a top hat and I've got a cane in my hand, those were purchased here at this leather shop in this trip. We spent well over an hour just in this upper section because it was in oddities and stuff like that. And Tracy and I love going to like all these little oddities or where you see stuff like that. There's Tracy there. So you don't get to see Tracy too often in videos because Tracy and I have a deal. Right from the moment when we started dating, she says, I don't want to be in any of your videos. And I said, hey, no problem. Once in a while, she slips in there. Now, that cool ass cardigan that she's wearing, that beautiful bright colored cardigan she's wearing, she made that, man. She freaking crocheted the fuck out of that. I got a cool one too. I haven't worn in any videos yet. It'll probably come up more in the fall, but that cardigan is awesome. It's a campfire cardigan, man. Badass. But back up into here, we're checking out this whole thing. We had already picked out some stuff. I was thinking still on the top hat and the cane. I was thinking and thinking and thinking. And Sean, who was with us, I don't have any pictures or video of him with his jacket on. He bought a jacket while we were there as well. Beautiful jacket. It'll be coming up, be used in future projects. Gorgeous jacket, though. Oh, sweet. And here I wanted to show as much of the upper oddities section without showing too much. I want people to go here. This is Doc's Leather, if I haven't mentioned it yet. You got to check out Doc's Leather when you're in downtown Toronto. Stop in there, pick up some stuff. It's 3 floors. Like the leather goods is 1 floor of just a lot of cool different leather stuff. Great variety of leather. Then the other 2 floors is the oddities section. And we finished the trip with a visit to a legitimate mushroom dispensary. Check this out. This is great. Oh my god. Watch this video. This is inside the mushroom dispensary. Yes. All right. So, 6 mushrooms. Check it out. You can Google Maps that to find the mushroom place for yourself. It is also in the downtown core. We stumbled across it by accident. Tracy and I have this great thing where we just kind of randomly end up places. The ice cream, we randomly accidentally ended up in that area. We weren't intending to end up in that area. We ended up in that area. And it was really great because we got to replicate our very first date. Our very first date, well, we kind of jokingly consider our first real date. We went to an Iron Maiden concert. Before the concert, we went and we got the black ice cream. We went and sat in the park that was just down the street from there. Really cute. So we relived that this time around. It was great. While we were out wandering around doing all this stuff, we just kind of stumbled on all these other things, you know. Doc's Leathers. Oh my god. Stumbling into there and finding that place was magnificent. You've got to check that place out. It is fantastic. There's also another leather place that is down there that was a custom leather place. I just got to bring it back up here. It was really good. I highly recommend as well. Oh, it's in my notes, and then I scanned past my notes here. We were in there right before we were in Doc's Leathers. Perfect leather goods. Perfect Leather Goods does custom leather clothing. The selection they have in there is fantastic. If I had the time to properly get a leather jacket made for myself, I would do it. If I could get one made that matched out what I've got, I'd go in there, I'd get it done nicely, done up right. Specifically in white leather, believe it or not, is how I'd want to get it done. And it's just so if you're down there, if you want custom leathers, Perfect Leather Goods. Prices are fantastic as well. Doc's Leathers, amazing to go visit, just to visit, but you got to buy something while you're there. You might accidentally, unintentionally drop like $300 while you're in there, but it's gonna be worth it. You're gonna love it. Check it out. And like I mentioned briefly, Tokyo Smoke, that was an Eaton Center. Really liked the service that was in there as well. Really recommend checking out. So if you ever find yourself in the Eaton Center, they're down on the bottom floor. The Swiss chocolate place was up on the 2nd floor, I believe. Anyways, folks, I just wanted to give you a quick overview of my trip to Toronto outside of going to see Helloween. Thank you very much for watching Trippin In Toronto. Next time I do a trip, I'm going to definitely film it a little more with this intended, instead of just shooting random clips. Anyways, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. What are places I should check out next time I'm in Toronto? Hit the like button, the subscribe button, the bell for notifications. There's a link down below that'll take you to Patreon. Peace, love, take care.